Dear Dhamma friends, welcome to the channel The Life of Buddhism. The 10 Duties of King Cakkavatti, the Noble Code of the Wheel Turner. The Cakkavattisihanada Sutta points out 10 noble codes of King Cakkavatti. The kingship of Cakkavatti is very powerful. He conquers the world. He is a mighty king for the whole world. The Dhammapada elaborates on the value of entering the Sotapanna stage than being a king Cakkavatti. Patavya ekarajjena saggassa gamanena va sabba lokadipachchena sotapatti phalam varam. Higher than being a monarch, greater than being born in heaven or heavenly planes, greater than being a ruler of 3 worlds, higher than all of this is the attainment of the Sovan stage. It says spiritual power is much more supreme than becoming a monarch. The 10 universal monarch's duties are as follows. First, himself established in the Dhamma, honoring, respecting, and revering the doing homage to it, following it, being himself a norm banner, a norm signal, having the norm as the master, should be established in the Sila morality and should provide the right watch, ward, and protection for his wife and children. Tenahi twang tata dhammang yeva nisaya dhammang sakkaranto dhammang garukaranto dhammang manento dhammang pujento dhammang apachayamano dhamma dajo dhamma ketu dhammadhipateyo dhammikang rakhavarana gutting sangvidhasu antojanasming dhamma. Army also should establish in Sila and should provide the right watch, ward, and protection for them. Nobles should also establish in Sila and provide the right watch, ward, and protection for them. Vassals also should establish in Sila and should provide the right watch, ward, and protection for them. Brahmanas and householders should provide the right watch, ward, and protection for them. Town and country dwellers should provide the right watch, ward, and protection. For Samana Brahmanas should provide the right watch, ward, and protection. For the beasts and birds should protect their life. Whosoever in the kingdom is poor to them, the wealth should be given to avoid prevailing wrongdoings in the kingdom. There are men of religious life who have mastered self-calming, self-perfecting, self-time to time, visit to them and inquire from them what is good, what is bad, what is to be done, what is not to be done, what is left undone, and should hear what they have to say. The king is for failing to obtain the 9th condition of these 10 duties. He neglects to provide wealth for poor people. This caused to huge disaster in the country, as Sutta explained. Thus, because by not providing funds for the poor, poverty become widespread. When poverty become widespread, stealing become widespread. When stealing become widespread, armed violence become widespread. When armed violence become widespread, life-taking become widespread. When life-taking become widespread, lying become widespread. When lying become widespread, slander become widespread. When slander become widespread, sexual misconduct become widespread. When sexual misconduct become widespread, the two things harsh speech and frivolous talk becomes widespread. When harsh speech, frivolous talk become widespread, the two things cowardice and ill will become widespread. When cowardice and ill will become widespread, the wrong view become widespread. When the king is unable to perform these 10 moral duties as explained in Cakkavattisihanada Sutta, he will be lost authority. Furthermore, he will not able to live long. The king said that his son, should the mighty wheel treasure of a universal monarch make a slight slip from its resting place, slipping down a little, the king has not much longer to live. Cakkaratanang Usakkati Thanam Vachate Na Dhani Tena Ranya Chirang Jeevitabbang Hotiti. The Sutta says if the wheel treasure is moved or shifted from its having place, the king does not live so long. This point indicates a ruler governs the country unsustainably, not obtaining 10 moral duties. He and the country are coming to ruin themselves because his misbehavior and misleading. This, in fact, confirms the essential principle obtained for the kings. As kings of a country, he must observe these 5 basic precepts so the king can govern his country on the right path without damaging the country's vessels. Rajovada Sutta brings out this certain point. Sabbang rattang sukang seti rajache hoti dhammiko. After King Dalhanemi gave his son full instruction on kingship, he became an ascetic. Then a certain man came to the new anointed king of Kattaya, and he informed the king, the mighty wheel turner sure has disappeared. An anointed king went to his father to inform him the wheel treasure has disappeared, and his royal ascetic king father said his son, the mighty wheel treasure is not a paternal heritage of yours. Nahite tada dibbhang chakratanang pettikang dayajang. The royal ascetic king Dalhanemi advised his son, fulfill the noble duties. Tata Cakkavatti Vatte Vattahi, required of a universal monarch, and observe the moral precepts on 15 days of the month on Sabbath day. There is reason to believe that the mighty wheel treasure will then appear to your wish. In the Cakkavattisihanada Sutta, this kind of moral standard is getting down have been mentioned in detail. In this sutta, it has been specially focused on how the rules of kings will affect the society to fade away the moral standard of people in the society. In this, Cakkavatti Sutta mentions 10 righteous ways of rules, which are necessary for a king and the people living in a country to process. Here it is mentioned that the Dhamma morality is essential for a king to develop the country. Raja Bhavatu Dhammiko. The king should righteously rule the country. A righteous king ruling his country in righteousness. Dhammiko Dhamma Raja. Dear Dhamma friend, stay tuned with the channel for next chapter. Namo Buddhaya.